Hi everybody, hope you're doing well, and a very warm welcome to this tour rotation reveal video here on the BK Golf Clash YouTube channel. This is in preparation for season 62. That begins on Monday, and that is the 5th of June. Before I bring you all the details of what is in and what is out, please give me a thumb up if you don't mind, and make sure you are a subscriber of the channel. Now, you switch your bell button on, you will get notified when we have new stuff uploaded on the channel here, and coming soon there will be a very important opportunity for you to have your say in all things Golf Clash, and I want as many comments and interactions as possible on that. Can't say any more at the moment, but rest assured it is coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that here on the channel, but also on our Facebook group. That is free to join, so make sure you get involved over there as well. Link is in the description down below. As always with these rotation reveal videos, we're looking at all the tours from 1 up to 13, giving you all the details of what tours are changing, what courses are changing, and if there's any new pins along the way. Please let me know what you think of all of these changes and if they're applicable to you. If you're going to be stepping up, remember that new tour rotations and new courses, new pin locations, great time to step up into a new tour as well. Here we go then, let's get started. No changes with tour number 1 or tour number 2. As always, Meadow Castle for tour 1, Santa Ventura Juniper Point remain in tour 2. But the changes begin with tour 3 on screen now, Asia Pacific tour. NAMHAE Cliffs is remaining there, but Sakura Hills 2 are making way for GOKASHO Bay 2, and remember that the number 2 signifies the more recent, the alternate set of pins there. So if you are playing friendlies, you need to be aware it's GOKASHO Bay set of pins number 2. Tour number 4, the 6-star hotel. Of course, the highest tour you can play friendlies on, GLENMONARCH Estate, is replacing the Milano 2, and WISEACRE Ranch is staying where it is. I like GLENMONARCH Estate. I think that's going to be a nice one there if you are playing in Tour 4, whether it be tour play or friendlies. There are your courses for the next season's change. Tour number 5, the World Links, and Shifeng Basin making its debut in tour play from the front tee here, coupled with the OASIS 2. So Shifeng replacing YONGSAN Gardens, so if you did enjoy playing on that course in China there, Shifeng Basin, that is now in Tour 5, and a very nice contrast to some of those tricky pin locations on the OASIS 2. There are kind of 1.5 changes here on the US Champions Tour number 6. You can see behind me Southern Pines, which was in this tour and still is, but now it has the newer pin locations. And indeed, new pin locations feature for all of these courses. So you've got Southern Pines 2, Vineyard Acres 2, and remaining from the previous season or two, Sequoia Creek 2. So knowledge of your shootout's going to be very, very important here if you're playing on tour number 6. We go, of course, into second tee territory from tour 7 onwards. Acacia Reserve is staying where it is. Old Bridge Park and Jamil Dunes both making way for the bumpy greens of Sunshine Glades, even though some of the holes are a little easier, of course, and Centenary Harbour, which is on the trickier side. So a very nice balance here if you are tempted, of course, to step up from the front tee to the middle tee and tackle the Tropic Kings Tour. All 3 courses changing on Tour 8, Mountain Tour. You did have GRÜNBERG Slopes 2, you had Nordic Fjords, you had Shifeng Basin. Those are all out. You have instead SHIRUBA Springs, there you can see it behind me right now, some very long par 5s there, make sure you find your fairways there. Followed by Sierra Plateau, making its debut in tour play here on Tour 8. And finally, a nice, easier course to complement, definitely SHIRUBA Springs at least, in terms of difficulty. YONGSAN Gardens, brilliant opportunities on the par 4s there, and some challenging moments picking your route and getting a shootout victory along the way. So a nice set there if you're on tour number 8. On to Tour 9, Platinum Resorts getting a little bit trickier. The last set was GOKASHO Bay 2, Parc de Paris 2, and YONGSAN Gardens, so a little bit on the easier side, but it's getting tougher. Just have a look at these 3. Waterfield Sands, very long par 4s and 5s, and some awkward shootouts as well. Greenoch Point isn't too bad, and a newer set of pins to deal with there. And a nice, easier one to go with those two. That is Shi Feng Basin there, completing the all-changed lineup for Tour 9. Now, to get ahead on all of these changes and for some extra help, as well as being able to support the content, join us over on Patreon. Patreon.com/BK Golf Clash, as well as win charts released as the tournament round begins to help you plan your practice tokens and the route you want to take. When we have tour play and tour rotations, we've got the shootout sheets all ready to go. We have individual course sheets as an example in the middle of the screen there as well. One for each course, general elevations from all tees, and also shootouts only. So if you do need a quick reference on some basic elevations to get you started for each tour, you can see those are all ready to go. So if you join on Patreon, regardless of your package, you will get that bonus weekly content sent straight to you. On to the traditional home of the tour play grinders here, Club Oceania Tour number 10. You did have Koh Hong Resort 2, Maple Bay and Waterfield Sands. Maple Bay is staying where it is, which I always think is a nice tour play course. You've got some elevation to deal with though, White Cliffs Golf Club going in there, and Drumore Links making a splash in Tour 10 for a change. So that's going to be a really nice combination, a good refreshing change for Club Oceania. That is Tour 10. Are you going to be clocking up your air miles on the Voyager Tour up in Tour 11? Of course, now onwards we are on third tee territory. You did have Porthello Cove, you did have Jubilee Grove, and you had Shi Feng Basin as well. Now the good news is Porthello Cove has gone, and if you're getting worried about where it's going to be, you will be pleased to know, if you're not a fan, that it is being at the moment retired from tour play. Instead, you have Château Lavande, you have GRÜNBERG slopes with the newer pin locations, and you have the most recent course in the game, Sierra Plateau, set in Mexico, and of course from third tee there if you are in Tour 11. As always, 4 courses await you in Tour 12 if you're going to be stepping up there. You've got 2 that are remaining. Those are Lake Wabasca and GLENMONARCH Estate. But instead of Drumore Links and White Cliffs, you are now going to be facing Maple Bay and Koh Hong Resort with the second set of pins. So you'll line up there on Tour 12, 50-50 change, GLENMONARCH Estate, Maple Bay, Lake Wabasca, Koh Hong, set 2 pins. And finally, Tour 13 Diamond Series, 5 courses as usual available here for you, and all 5 of them are changed from the previous seasons. City Park is gone for good, at least for the time being, in tour play instead. You have Quail Hollow, you have SHIRUBA Springs, Jubilee Grove with the more recent set of pins, along with the next 2 courses also with the more recent set of pins, the Milano and SAKURA Hills. So nice shake up there if you are at the top of the tour play ladder, playing on Tour 13 Diamond Series, and the very best of luck to you if you are. Thank you for watching the Season 62 course rotation video here on the channel. Hope you've found it useful and you are looking forward to the challenges ahead, whether you're playing a high tour, a middle tour, or you're just playing some tournaments and occasional bit of tour play or CPC. Loads of stuff to keep you entertained in the game and here on the channel as well, so make sure you keep checking back for all great content here to help you improve whatever you're doing in the game. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.